stuff to see what works best for us and what can give us the best kind of product. The manager in charge of Pick and Place is checking it out daily basis. Is there Frank and Brandon Carlson here? Yeah. What about a Thomas and Benjamin Applegate? There's you guys' kid. Scott and Susan Allman. David and Tim Young. Brom Ringelberg? Colin Donahue? Antonio Rulas? Frank Carpenter? Sorry. Tear the place apart. Jennifer Cohen? Okay. Renee Depew? Johannes Limassol. And then still no Frank Carlson? All right. Want me to get started or when it's 5 after?
Yeah, I think you should. I think you should start.
All right. All right, we're going to get started. My name's Kyle Troutwine. I've been at SparkFun for over about 4 years now. I'm a solder tech. I'm IPC rework certified, meaning I can send stuff to space or put stuff in people. So if you have any rework or just soldering questions, I'm the guy.
My name's Amanda. I work here in education. I've been doing soldering for probably about 5 or 6 years. So if you have any questions, feel free to come around and ask.
I'm Will. I'm also a tech. I actually am self-taught here. I started when I got here about 8 years ago. So if you have any questions or have any issues, feel free to ask. It's all just
All right. So we're going to do a little PowerPoint presentation. And I'm going to do a little demo for you with the giant soldering iron. And then go over some little rework tips with you over this little camera. And then I'm just going to let you guys go at it. And as you come across any questions, feel free to just ask them to us. All right, so we're here for through-hole solder. Through-hole soldering, meaning you'll actually be soldering through the board. Through-hole soldering. Your soldering iron. So this is what you'll be doing all your work with. Most of you have, or all of you will have a black handle on yours. As long as you're holding on that, you will not get burned. So, and then everything else that's shiny metal is where you'll be doing your work. Your soldering iron will be around 350 degrees Celsius or 700 degrees Fahrenheit. Solder. Solder is basically the glue that holds everything together in this electronic world. It contains flux, which allows us to melt it faster. You will see a little bit of what looks like steam coming off of it. While it's not horrible in this kind of setting, because we will have fans, it's not the best to inhale. It's made of tin and sometimes copper. We do lead-free, so it allows us to sell our products across the world. The tools of the trade, you'll have your tweezers. Tweezers usually you'll be holding for your copper braid today. That way you won't get burnt. Next will be your clippers or flush cutters. This will be used to cut your LEDs or any legs coming off of your through-hole components. You'll have a flux pin. This is basically a highlighter. Anytime you're having problems soldering something or have a non-perfect joint, you'll just highlight it and then reattach or reapply your iron to it, and it'll melt the solder. And then I don't have a pair, but you'll have tweezers, or not tweezers, sorry, pliers, which are these bad boys. You can also use those for the copper braid. If you're not feeling that the tweezers are doing it for you, you will get a better grip. The brass sponge, which is my big guy right here. This is what you'll be cleaning off your soldering iron with. So if you just, whenever you get what's called oxidization, which is just like a black looking substance on your tip of your iron, you'll just wipe it off kind of like you would a brush, and that will get all the gunk off and allow you to continue soldering. Usually you can do that between every joint or every time you make a soldering. That way allows you to have your iron be as hot as possible, and if it feels like your iron is not melting the solder fast enough, go ahead and wipe it off and try it again. All right, flux. Apparently we're going, it just makes life easy, so whenever in doubt, flux it.
It is water soluble, so if you take it home and pull out the batteries, you can wash it in your sink. Just get like a toothbrush or something and spill on it. It's totally fine. Just don't do it with batteries in it. And it'll all of the excess flux.
This is solder wick. Usually it'll be between every 2 stations. This is just a copper braid, which if you ever have what's called a jumper or just too much solder, you can lay this across it and then put your iron actually on top of it, and it will suck the excess solder into the weave of the braid. Usually that's when you'll use the tweezers, you'll clip off a little bit, hold it, and then solder because it will conduct the heat and travel upward. So if you aren't holding far enough apart, you'll feel the heat rather quickly. Pins and vias. So vias are the little donut guys on your PCB. That's what you'll actually be soldering your connection to on the board. And pins are these long guys that are just the legs that go through the board, and you'll be soldering the component itself too. Printed circuit board is also known as PCB. This is like mostly comprised of fiberglass. So if you leave your iron on it, it won't catch on fire right away. I mean, you can hold it on there for a good minute before you'll start to see your board smolder. So it's not afraid of heat. So do not be afraid to just leave it on there if you feel like your soldering joint's not going fast enough. Safety glasses. This is one thing we will ask you to do. We want you to see what you're doing in the future and today. So as long as you have your safety glasses on, you won't hear me bugging you. So it's the only thing we ask. Oxidization is a black substance that accumulates on the end of your iron. It just impedes the heat and the heat transfer. So if you ever feel like your iron's not going as fast as it was when you started the night off, it's because you have what's called oxidization. Apply a little solder to your iron, and then wipe it off in your brass sponge, and you should be good as new. It should look nice and shiny. If any of you are old enough to know what Terminator is, the T1000, which we're looking for. Otherwise, it's just kind of like a shiny metal. It's what I use, though. Polarity. These components are specific in how they go in the board. It's kind of like a magnet. There is a positive and a negative, and the electricity won't go in it if you have it backwards. So just to double check for those. In your booklets, they will be highlighted in yellow, so just something to pay attention to. It's not the end of the world if you solder them in backwards, but we will do a little bit of rework together to get them back in track. Cleaning your soldering iron again is you just take your iron, put a little bit of solder on it, and then just wipe it off like a brush in the brass sponge. If you feel like your iron is still dirty afterwards, we have what's called tip tinner. It's a very corrosive material. We will do it for you because it does put off a rather toxic smoke. So we will make sure you guys don't get affected. We're going to go over a little bit of a soldering joint, or how to get the perfect soldering joint. You want to hold your iron touching both pin and the via for the count of 1. You can go count to 20 if you need to. Make sure you touch both sides of the tip of the iron to the via and the pin. Feed the solder into the pin and the via from the opposite side. It really doesn't matter. I've seen people feed it the same side you have your iron. It's whatever's comfortable with your hand that you're feeding your soldering in, because I've seen people use their dominant hand or their non-dominant hand. It's whatever makes life easy. Yes?
I just want to mention, do not put your finger too close to the tip.
All right, yes.
Bad things will happen.
Yep. And if it ever gets to that, we do have burn cream for you guys, so we are prepared. All right, so next you'll be pulling the solder wave first, and then your soldering iron. So for some reason, if you pull your soldering iron wave first, you'll have your solder actually stick in it, so you'll have like a giant tail coming off of it. Don't worry, just take your iron and stick it against the soldering joint that you're doing, and you'll see it melt, and you can try pulling away with the excess solder you have. Says don't feed too much solder in the joint. When you see too much solder, you'll get what I like to call a hot air balloon. You'll just get a giant balloon, and what we're looking for is a nice Hershey Kiss looking guy, or a volcano. That is a sign of just a perfect joint, meaning that you'll have solder all the way through, and you won't have any impurities in your joints to keep your joints from working. Next, you'll cut off the excess lead. That's where you'll just give that little tail to your Hershey's Kiss. You don't need anything long. And if you clip it close to the tip of it, it's not the end of the world. These are examples of what a perfect soldering joint is, all the way to just common things that happen in the world. So this is your perfect soldering joint. You get that nice Hershey's Kiss. This is my hot air balloon. That's where you get the giant guy. This is what's called a cold joint, or just a partial fillet, where you have a giant cavity in it, and it technically will work, but you won't have the best of connections, so you might have little jumps or errors in your signal. That's the same with this guy, where it just fills in one side. And this is what's called a jumper. And when you're doing your IC, you might have solder fill in the two legs together. That's where you'll take your solder bread, lay it in between the two, lay your iron on top, and it should suck that excess solder into the braid, freeing you up of that jumper. All right, so quick questions from the PowerPoint. Go ahead.
Well, not from the PowerPoint, but what metal is the tip made of so it doesn't melt?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's a special mix between probably steel and iron, probably, or I have not had that question. It's a good question.
That's still pretty low.
Okay. I will look that up for you and get you the answer to you by the end of the night. In the back, please.
Is there a limit on how many questions you can
Nope. Nope. I will stay here all night with you if you need. Go ahead, sir.
Where do I have to get
Oh, you didn't get a kit? Well, that's a good question. We will.
what's your name?
What's your last name? Drew. All right. All right. Well, I think they will be finding your kit real quick, and then I will show you the big demonstration on this guy. So this is your soldering iron. Here's your handle. There's your nice little part, and here's the tip. So, misconception is the tip is the hottest point. Nope, that is not correct. The side. Anytime you want to do a soldering joint, so this will be your leg that's coming off, you'll want to lay your iron across it. You won't want to poke it, you want to lay it across, and this little duct tape will be your via, and you'll just want to lay them across, and we'll say my glasses here is the solder, you want to feed across, and you'll feed it, and you'll see it melt in, and then make a nice little Hershey kiss. If you see what's this black stuff, oxidization, go ahead and apply a little bit of solder till you get a blob, and then you'll come over here to your brass sponge, wipe it off, perfect nice little tip. Now you can go back to work. You can get these perfect little Hershey's kisses. So, with that big demonstration, any more questions? Or are you guys just eager to get at it? You got a question? You good? All right, go ahead and break into your kits. If you have any questions, feel free. If there's need more demo, I have a camera to show you guys on the big screen if you need me. Yes, sir. It looks like it. So if you just want to grab some of that solder and feed it in. There you go. And then go ahead and just wipe it off on that little brass sponge and just kind of feel free to get a little bit aggressive. Those aren't, it's not the end of the world. They are a little bit durable. I could take that from you. Well, that's part of the challenge. Do we just need Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, if you want, I can show you guys how to clean those out, or I have a hot air station back there, and then we can top that out. Yeah. Yeah. So 14 is. Okay. Okay. 11, 13. Okay.
I don't know if that's
it looks like you still have some connection, but if you need to, you can also do what's called cutting out a little bit of the trace and expose some of that copper, and you can just make like a gradual slope over there, and it'll still make the connection that you need. Yeah, it's just the via is just a fancier way of showing it off.
okay.
But I mean, it looks like it's I mean, you have it, but yeah, but it's still connected.
It's still.
Yeah, it should work. Yeah. Yeah. So what you can do is you'll flux it up, and you get your iron, and you'll bounce it back and forth. And sometimes you'll have the third hand on it, and then you'll like, bounce it back and forth, and you'll just pull it between each one. You should be able to pull out, and then you'll just lay your copper braid over it, over like one of these vias, because it will be covered with solder, and then you'll suck out the solder that's actually in the hole. So I can one more than happy to show it.
Yeah, that was a lot for me. And you were both. I just say you're gonna make it.
This is a board that they got, and 14 needs to just be pulled out, and then you say 11, he gets the list, but 11 and 5 just need to be pulled out as well, and then you just do some so if you have that list again, you can show him Then you said 11 and
11 and 15. Yeah.
if you don't mind or whatever. You got a rework and I got my solder. To get the nice little fishy kiss. All right, let's bust this guy open. This will be like the next one. Since we are through massive stuff, we're on step number 1. So we're going to be looking for what's called a resistor. So it's that guy right there. plop them out however you see fit. And he's very bendable, so if you just kind of want to give him kind of like 2 little long legs while he's kind of flat, kind of like what they got right there. Yeah, nice job. All right, so we're going to be finding what's the bottom of your board. So, yep, where it says bottom, and we're just going to be feeding that guy through what looks like right there. Or, sorry, we're going to be these 2 little ones right here. All right.
Is this your brother? Yep.
Nope. All right, so we're gonna put these bad boys on, just so we can be extra safe and see what we're doing. All right, so we already jumped to 4, 5. All right, so if you kind of want to give those guys kind of like a Y leg, awesome. Now let's flip him over. Or actually, no, you're already there. All right, so we're gonna take, however you would hold a pencil, go ahead and hold that guy. And then in your opposite hand, you can go ahead and lay him down. And you're gonna hold this guy, and you're gonna lay your soldering iron across. Yeah, go ahead and lay that on there. And you'll start, keep laying it on there. And slowly you'll see this side, it'll melt, so. All right, go ahead and just lay this guy like that. Nice job.
Oh wait,
All right.
do I clean this?
All right, now, go ahead and wipe that guy in there real quick, and then you'll just kind of feed that on there, and you'll see it melt. And you'll just want to feed it onto this point right here, kind of towards the tip, but not really the tip. No, that's fine. It's just the
It smells weird.
yeah, it kind of smells like fish eggs, huh?
Yeah.
So it'll take a little bit. So just there we go, slowly. No, that's fine. That's fine. And just keep feeding the tip of that solder into it, and you'll slowly see it melt on it. And we'll just keep feeding it. Now go.
It got hot.
All right. No, that's fine. See, right now it's nice and cool. So go ahead and wipe that guy in there. It's really good. All right. And let's see. And then just hold that guy right there, and we'll see you again real quick. So you might be what's called ready for. All right. So this is what I was calling about is tip tenor. This is the crazy stuff. So I'm going to show you real quick because it will make some smelly smells.
Oh, the bad smell?
Yeah. And we'll just go ahead and wipe that guy real quick. See how that made that a little bit shinier? So go ahead and you can have a nice long tail for that. And we'll so go ahead and just lay your iron across this thing. Yeah. And then you'll just want it to lay across the top of the donut, and you'll just feed your solder in. So go ahead and wipe that. Yeah. Solder likes to go wherever it's hottest. So go ahead and just, hold that tip there. This isn't as bad as what this stuff does. But see how you kind of got a little solder joint going? All right, so if you want, you can stop using your soldering and then just lay that iron across it. And then, pull it away. And solder will like to fall down, and like gravity likes to push it down. So if you just pull it away now, you should have a nice, good solder point. This guy will get a little bit hot. So what you'll do is you'll take this guy and you'll just cut off its tail. So we'll just bend this up with her. So you can go ahead and stick your soldering in here, and then you'll just clip that so it has a little bit of a tail like a Hershey's Kiss. Awesome. All right, so if you just want to do that again on that guy.
Should I use this for that one?
No, you don't. That's not a solder. That's just a metal leg. So you'll just
So you see how it leaves like it works kind of like
No, that's supposed to be that way.
Oh,
so
that's
that,
right. I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah. I think that's
like that. Yeah. Like we'll fix that too. Okay. You can lie it down and see how this
and if you feel like it's not going fast enough, go ahead and just bust this guy out, and I'll show you real quick. Yeah. And then you can melt that guy off into here, or into your brass sponge. There it goes. Nice job. That way you won't have a big old blob when you melt it on there. Yeah, yeah. Nice. Yep, yep. So just to be safe, let's always put this guy in here, just so we don't. Because I have been burnt. I've accidentally laid my hand on it because I was paying attention to something else.
Yeah, I burned myself.
You learn quick though. Yeah, that's for sure. How you doing? Okay. You want me? All right.
I did I did step 1 through 6.
Awesome. Now you're ready for the action part. All right. So if you just want to flip that over so those legs are up in the air. All right. So.
Yeah, I had that problem too.
So that just means you got a brand new one. So he will flop around till you tighten these little screws. So either I can show you how to do the first one, or I can show you a demo. So this will be my iron, and this will be my solder. Yeah. Not a problem. So we like to wipe this guy down just so he's nice and clean. All right. So I'm going to do this one closest to me. So I'm going to lay that down, and then you'll feed the solder from the opposite side. It's not the fastest, but it takes a little bit, and you'll see how it's getting super shiny right there. So that's what you want. But it looks like you got a little bit of a dirty iron, so we'll just clean this bad boy off real quick. Just 1 second. All right. So see how that
Is that still hot though?
It will be for a second or two. So if you're ever not sure, go ahead and blow on it, and it should help cool it down.
So maybe wait like a minute before doing the
A minute's a long time, but if you want to count to 10, it should be fast enough. And then you'll just want to cut that so it has like a little tail to it.
So just to cut this part off.
Yeah.
So just cut this.
Yeah, awesome.
So cut it like right here.
That's a little bit high. Go a little bit lower.
Like that.
Right there. And then it will go shooting. So if you want to maybe put your safety glasses on, just so you can see what you're doing. Keep both eyes. And then oh, look, nice job. So if that's too long of a tail for you, you're more than welcome to cut it down, but that should be fine.
So
Then you'll hold this guy like a pencil, and then you'll hold this in your free hand and feed it across. Yeah, up here, yeah, a little hot, but
And it's also
So you'll lay that across,
you can actually pull it.
and then yep, and then it'll just be a minute, and then no worries. That's fine. That's how I have when I have too much coffee in the morning. That's how I solder. They bounce all over the place. No, that's fine. No, let's go. You're slowly getting it. So if you might want to give a little bit of a tail because it will heat up that little bit of the solder, and we don't want.
like that.
Yeah, just to be safe. And then it's slowly going. I'm gonna do a little trick for you. So this is flux. And it's just like a highlighter. Highlight what you need to do, and
Does
then
it make it like go faster?
yep, that's exactly what it does.
Is it okay if you like shake it just
Oh.
slower?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, there's. They are little things. So. Yeah.
Voila.
There we go. So if you want to pull them both away at the same time, both your just pull both hands away. Awesome. So if you want to put him in there, and then you just did your first solder joint. So you're more than welcome to cut him and give him a little tail, and you can move on.
Is that one good though?
Yeah.
So maybe wait for it to cool down a little bit.
Yeah. So that's mine, and yours is even better. Yours is not as high. Nice job. Yes, sir. So that guy, well, he goes up here, and he'll have one leg kind of cut out, so he'll fit in there perfectly. And sometimes you have to bend him because he is kind of bent out at a Y angle. It's a tip tinner. Yeah. All right, let me see real quick. There it goes, slowly. All right, well, this is a little trick I learned. You just lay it down and bend it just a little bit. And then it should. You got one little bent leg. All right. So there we go there. And if you just want, you plop him down and it'll hold him nice and flat. And then, yeah, now you got a lot more to do. So you'll grab your solder again, and you'll do what you did for those legs. You'll solder each one of those. Yep. As much as you want. You can give it a little tail, but yeah, that's perfect. Because the idea is you just don't want the two legs to cross each other because you'll connect the circuit and you won't allow the signal to go all the way through.
Make a short circuit.
Yep. Yes, sir. That's good. Good eye. All right, now we're powering. Yes, sir. Do you want some burn cream, or are you good? Well, but you're learning though. Learning not to play with hot things.
I am always.
Yes, sir. Yeah, let me look for it. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
How do you keep it in place when you turn it?
All right, so we're gonna go in the opposite side. So if you want to stick that on this side, so and then when you stick it through, if you bend it kind of like a Y, they'll hold it in place for you. Yeah. Oh, you'll get it.
This is my first time. Dad showed me.
Oh yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. Awesome. We lose a guy. Capacitor as well. All right, well, let me look for one for you real quick. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, just what? Do we have any extra capacitors? We lost one to the floor.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's a spec. Yeah, yeah. So if you want, you can.
Looks like I made it.
Yep. Always after a solder joint or two, wipe that off. He's right over here. Oh no, just it's the capacitor. All right, let me see real quick. So you got this tiny spot you've been getting clean, so we'll just feed the solder into there, and then we'll slowly get a nice big ball on there. And when you add new solder, it'll be cleaning it off for you. And see how we got that a little bit bigger?
Yeah.
And then if you want, you're more than welcome to keep feeding that in, and then just getting that area bigger. But that is more than enough for
Do you have more solder?
Yeah, I can go get you some.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Excuse me, sorry. There's some extra solder for you.
Thank you.
Yep. Huh. All right, so if you just want to keep soldering those up, I can show you now, or I can show you. So flex the guy up, and I will find you some copper braid. Yeah.
Oh, it just fell off.
Oh, nice. So what you want to do is you might want to reflux those up, because what you got is some hot air balloons going. And all you'll want to do is flux those up and then just stick your iron to it and you'll watch it fall into it. Here's your flux little guy right here. Yeah, go ahead and Alright, and then you'll just want to lay this guy across, kind of like this way. You know, kind of watch each of those little solder balls kind of fall in.
Oh, yeah, I see. That's one of the
So yeah, just lay your tip so it's kind of doing like this. I think you got it good. All right, here, I'll show you. Wipe that in there. Mind if I show you one real quick? So, I'm going to be doing a little bit backwards to you, but all right, we'll just go over the steps again. So we're just going to flux this guy up and feel free to kind of prime him up on there. Yeah, sorry. And then you'll just want to lay your iron across, and here in a second you'll kind of see it melt down into it. And that's what you want. And then if you want and you need a little bit of solder, you'll feed it in, and then it'll melt into it.
Oh, you can touch the wood with it.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, you can, we can leave this bad boy on for quite a little bit. Oh yeah, that's good. It's good to be on the side of caution though. Because these bad boys, they don't. They just smell awful and let me know that people put the iron down. Awesome. And then, yeah, just go ahead and put that guy next to it, and you'll see it melt, and then that's when you'll just pull them away.
Are these good?
Those are good joints. You might just want to cut those legs a little bit.
Okay. I just
Sweet.
it's been like 45 minutes and I haven't even gotten 2 components.
I did a little bit of talking though, so if we just let you go at it. And don't worry, I'll spend all night with you if you need. You just got to convince mom and dad. Yes, sir.
Looks like the flat side's actually kind of short.
Yeah, and that's generally your negative. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. How's this guy coming?
I was wondering about this little blob there. Is that the blob right you're talking about, Tim? This one? Or this, is this the one? Is that a, does this need
I mean, that's
enough to do, or it looks good?
that looks good. If you want, we can. You can always just add some flux to it, and then just stick your iron across it, and it'll sink it in.
Again, do that and see what happens.
And then if it's not working, you can go ahead and push down on it, and it kind of primes it up for you and gets it all nice and juicy. Yeah, no problem. Once you get it, yeah, it's just amazing what you're just like, I can fix that. Yes, sir.
If you were to do this as a pro, how long would this take?
I think maybe 5 to 10 minutes. I don't think I've ever like sat down and tried to see how fast I can get it done.
It looks like it's happening.
Yeah, once you get done with the IC, you'll be saying, oh, I need more stuff to solder. Yeah, that's really good.
Woo, it finally just started to happen.
The solder? Don't they watch it?
Yeah. This is generally the one we bring to like maker fairs and stuff like that, and any kind of convention where we can teach people how to solder on the fly. Yeah. The maker fair? It's a group of people from part of like Maker Magazine, where it's a bunch of DIY and electronic kind of people who get together and show off what they've been doing for the year, and we just go to promote SparkFun and teach as many people as possible how to solder.
Yay.
When is that?
There's one there used to be one in San Mateo and New York. I don't think we go to them anymore, but I think we go to South by Southwest in Texas. We go to that, and just the Colorado make. Yeah, they just started one, and it was in Loveland or Fort Collins just recently. Yeah. Yes, sir. If you want to remove some of it, you can flux it up a little bit and just stick your iron. Or if you want, we could do what's called the copper braid, and you'll just lay that across, and then you'll lay your iron on top of it, and you'll see it go from copper to silver. And it takes a little bit, because you're going to be putting the heat through the copper, so it's going to take a minute. And then, all right, nice job. And that will remove a little bit for you. Nice. You did a good job on those.
Yeah.
All right. So. You're just tearing it up. So you can do some more of these little capacitor guys. Buzzer will be if you flip this guy over. Yeah. And then the buzzer will go right in there. There will be a little plus sign on the actual buzzer, and we just want to make sure he lines up. Boom. Yes, sir. I will get you some more. What can I do for you? There's some more stuff.
I tried soldering in this thingy right here, like this one. It kind of gave me some trouble. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to make him a little bit smaller, flex him up and then just stick your iron to it, and it should help it smooth it out.
Okay.
But the other one, those are really good. Some people prefer to have them.
All fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to get that perfect Hershey's Kiss, go ahead and just keep adding solder like you usually do. But those,
okay.
Those all work, yes.
Okay.
Am I doing good so far? I
Yeah.
forgot to do like the one that goes over there or something. But I didn't do that later. I'm guessing.
Nope. As long as
As long as I do it.
that's right.
If I don't do it, why isn't this working?
Yeah, but no, you're doing a good job on those.
Microcontrollers, 18 mega.
Yep. We like that, Mega.
Is that third one really good?
Oh, nice job. Yeah. What a little tip is, see this little horseshoe looking thing? That's what's called the polarity mark. And then you have it matching what's down on the silk screen, which is that white part. And that's just an extra little reminder.
What time is
Yes.
It is 6:53. Plenty of time. Whenever you're done, or when Dad says you gotta go. Yeah. Yeah. I will stay here all night and make sure you get what work. Sorry. No. I mean, I'm more than happy to stay all night with you guys. Make sure it works. Yes, sir.
Where does this go and also do I get this off?
So, if you want, you can flex that guy up over here, and what you got is what's called a double fillet, and there's nothing wrong with that. That means you got a connection on every side possible, and there's no way that thing's going to not work. So you can stick your iron to that leg, and it will sink into him. And this guy, he goes up here, so we're just going to have to relocate him. Yes, sir.
He's wrong, but I got it.
A hot air balloon? So we're just going to flux that guy up, and then you're just going to stick your iron on him. It'll sink right in there and give you that nice Hershey's Kiss.
And good. I had some trouble with it.
No, that's really good. Yeah. And then if you want, you can fold it out like a Y, kind of like you did the resistor. So you got a little tail going, huh? So if you want, you might still be able to get away with it and just stick it, act like you're soldering with it still. And then, or if you want, you can flex it up a little bit. And just, yeah, there it goes.
All the way to soldering iron.
There you go.
My friend was when I said I was allowed to use a soldering iron. I'm gonna prove them wrong.
That's right. And then show them your Simon game that says, hey, this is what I built with my soldering iron.
This is good. I can't tell.
I'll be right there. Yeah, yeah. If you want, you can add a little bit more, but that's good. Okay, thank you.
Be careful with the
Apples. Yeah, watch out, man. His eyes right there, man.
Needs more solder.
There it is.
Oh, there, yes. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Got a question? If I could ask you to scoot up just real quick, I need to work right behind you. Thank you. What's up?
Can I put the lights on outside?
So, if you want, I can take you over to that hot air workstation, and you can watch me, or I can show you. We can do it together, and we'll just pull those out, and yeah, we'll get right on that. And it's just that table right over there. I'll wiggle around. Flex, flex, flex. All right. All right. So whenever you're reworking something you've done, always flux it up. Makes life easy. All right. So this guy, it's hot air. Just blows hot air. Simple as that. So what we like to do is you'll sit here, you hold on to the LED on the bottom, and then you'll just heat it up above. And this takes a little bit longer than what you do with the iron, but you'll just wiggle it around, and then you'll see it melt, and you'll kind of slowly wiggle it its way out. All right, now they're getting a little bit shiny, so we're going to be pulling. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. One out. And then we'll just go back through. As you see, they're kind of a little bit fill. So we'll just go back through when I pull them all out, and we'll stick that copper braid, and we'll suck that back out, and then we can re-stick. I'll just give you some new LEDs, and we'll just repopulate those. So.
There's a little cylinder that goes up, so it fills the slot. Yes.
right, sweet. Let me get you. So we'll just wait a second, because when we hot air something, it actually spreads the heat throughout the whole board, so the whole thing is piping hot. So let me just 1 second. I'll get you some new LEDs. Yeah. I'll be right with you, sir. Still a little bit hot. I'll meet you right over at your station. I'll bring some copper wire braid with you, and I'll show you how we can do some of this. I just need to replace, yeah. So if you just want to grab it on the outside here, it's still a little bit warm, but it should be fine. And she's getting you new LEDs, and as soon as she's done right there, I will show you how to fix that up real quick. Yep. Thank you very much.
I used to change oils.
Mind if I just need it. All right, here's new LEDs for you. So what we'll be doing is you just want to flux up each one of those spots that are filled in.
So you see how it's all shiny?
All right, awesome. So I'm going to do the first couple for you, and if you feel comfortable, you're more than welcome to do it. Just requires a little bit of finesse. So you're just going to be laying your braid over it,
A little bit of solder.
and then you're just going to be laying your iron on it. And then it takes a little bit, and you'll see it go from just a nice copper to the silver. And we're still waiting, unfortunately. And then sometimes we'll get to the point where it won't melt. So we'll do what seems very counterintuitive, but you'll add some solder to it, and this just helps it melt, or it helps it melt down. So when we stick the copper braid on it, it'll all melt in there. So we're slowly melting in there. And then, this is the common problem people get. We got stuck. So what we're going to do is just reflux it up. Just lay your iron across. And then it's melted right now, and we're just going to pull it up. And we've still got some solder in there, and we're just going to repeat the process. And I think I'm going to get you a better copper braid as well. And then let's do this real quick. Every so often you'll see like this one, it's used up, and we just want to clip it off and get you some new one. And then as you see, this one right here, how it still has the solder on it, but you can see through it. So that guy's good to go. And then we just have 6 more to go. So if you want me to do the rest, or do you want to try it? Okay. Yes, sir.
So, I'm wondering, which way is the switches turned on or turned off right now? As in, like, freely? Because I don't know.
Putting name doesn't matter, but that's all. It says it on.
Yeah. So switches don't have polarity, but no matter what way you put them in, they will work. But like he says, once you get it soldered in, when you move the switch to the way it says, it'll be working for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So, how do you get the flux off of it?
flux off of it,
Yeah.
I can get you a paper towel.
Yeah.
You really don't need to, but it's up to you. It's kind of like an aesthetic kind of thing. And if you got some excess on there, I can go get you a paper towel real quick.
Yeah, they just kind of got all over.
That's still fine. That just makes your life easier when you're soldering over there. But I'll get you a paper towel and we can clean that right up. Yes, sir. Okay.
Can we ask for more solder?
Yes.
Right now?
Yep.
These tips pretty.
Pretty gnarly. Solder. There's a big guy for you. You need some solder too? All right. I'm gonna steal this tip tinner real quick. All right. So this is tip tinner. This is a crazy substance. All you gotta do is you stick it in and you watch it slowly melt in there. And then we pull it out, and I'm gonna take this away from you, and then we just wipe it off. And then it makes that tip nice and shiny again for you. And that should be good for the rest of the night for you.
What's the, yeah, thank you. What's the material of that?
Oh, that's a very good question. Let me, I think it says over here on the lid. It does not. Supposedly it's lead free. But I'm sure it's just some really corrosive material for metal. Because if you do too much of it, you'll actually eat your whole tip away.
I have all that stuff put in, and I'm doing the LEDs right now.
Let me take one little quick over here. Hey, you're doing good?
So now I need to clip the LEDs.
I do just a little bit more solder on there because you can still see a little bit of the pad. But other than that, yeah, you'll just want to solder those up and
On
clip
both of them?
Yeah.
I doubt I'm gonna get mine done.
Like that?
Oh, you'll get it done.
Like this one? Like that?
Yeah.
So I don't.
You're gonna need more solder here in a second.
There we go. Is it like this? So clip it like that, kind of that shape.
Do a little bit shorter than that.
On each one?
Yes, please. What's that? Battery clips. So we're just gonna have, stick them in, and you're just gonna want the batteries part, so they face each other. So like you'll have this one and that one face each other,
Okay, so where do you
and then you'll put them in right through those. And they require a little bit of a push, but they will hold themselves in there.
Are these connected? Are these like touching?
You think you got a jumper? No, you just got some just black stuff in the way. It's just part of the excess solder. And no.
Is this yours?
No, I just brought you some more.
Because you saw it was running a little low.
Yep. Is that a paper towel? Yeah, so battery clips, yeah, they take a lot of solder. So if you feel like you're going to be using half this thing, that's just what you got, bigger holes to fill. Yeah. Getting close, huh? Yes, sir. All right. There you go. Some more solder if you need.
does this one need for Also, this fell off, and I don't know what this is for.
That's for your third hand right there. All right.
Oh, is that like something you can use to hold it up?
Yeah, yeah. It's just you got a new one, so he's not screwed in all the way. I could fix him up for you real quick though.
Because I was gonna like hold the magnifying glass to it so I can see it better.
Oh, nice. It's a good idea.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry?
I can't unoxidize this.
Have you tried? Yeah.
All right. It should be sturdy.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so what you want to do is roll it around on the side, all the way around the tip. So just kind of roll it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, though. Yeah, that's our hot air rework station. So we had some backwards LEDs that we had to pull out, and that just makes everything easy because it heats up an area instead of point by point.
Thing that tells you how to fix it without taking it out.
Is that one good?
Yeah. Those are really good.
It's crazy that some kids are already done.
It does not feel good to breathe that in. Ew.
I've been trying to not breathe it in.
It's quality, man. Take our time, quality.
That's right.
That is true. One last LED. This is a lot more fun than I expected it to be, actually.
I'm glad.
And I expected it to be a lot of fun in the first place, too. So.
Okay. I see. Ow.
And you still got
Still a little hot, huh?
I blow on them sometimes.
Yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry.
That is true.
That's fine. You're just honing in your skills. Almost 4 years of soldering.
4 years. So he does this every day for probably, 6 hours a day?
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, depends on the build.
I
But
bet you he has 10,000 hours in. So when he gets 10,000 hours, you can compare yourself.
It's about enjoying it, right?
How do I make it work now with stuff on it?
all right, so
The battery thing soldered out. Is this battery thing soldered?
no, you got it. It's soldered in there good. So what we will be doing is you're going to take this guy and we're going to put him over these. You are pretty much.
Then I probably need more solder.
No, I think you're done soldering. I
am?
Oh no, sorry, I lied. So we have these power switches. So we're gonna put them up here, and then you'll solder them on this backside.
Okay, so which way?
So just like that, yeah.
Okay. And then the other way is like the opposite facing of this?
What's that?
The opposite facing of this?
Oh, these don't matter. These don't matter how you put them in. As long as they're on this side, you're good to go. So you just flip them over, It won't matter until you put the batteries in.
Okay.
Yeah, we do like the gun cleaner brushes, but yeah, toothbrush works, and then just make sure, like Will says, make sure you take out batteries. Deionized water, but regular water works as well.
Oh, it does?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'll
It's
turn
just-
them off, both off, just put them.
It's just not as high standards as what we have here. Works. So. Yeah.
Like if it's the smaller way, also it seems like this is getting hotter.
Yeah, the insulation on your iron does get hot after a while.
It's really hot.
Battery clips.
It's a little Easter egg. No. There's a hidden little program on your Simon, so it plays that song back there.
How do you do that?
Yeah, I can show you once we're done. There's a nice little. You hold a button down when you turn it on. I think it's. Where does it say it? It's one of the buttons close to the power switch, I think. Press any one button while holding the button down. Turn back on.
So do you do the solder first or the gun first?
You usually do the solder first.
Okay.
And that way you won't have it melt and or stick to it.
Okay.
How do you put this?
So let's jump to your switches first.
Oh, you need switches first?
Yeah, that way, because these make it high up in the air, and it's a little bit harder to put your switches in.
Yeah,
So those are the black ones right there, and you'll just stick them in on this side.
so it says this one's for sound, this one's for power.
Yep.
Like this one makes it so the buzzer turns off and stuff.
Yeah, that way you can play with and not disturb mom and dad. Oh.
Try to film on your pad. So, does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yep, that is yours. You can keep the box. You can keep the instruction manual if you want. Unfortunately, I need the safety glasses back. Yeah. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. So, like, we try to tell people, just like the younger crowd, we need hurt sheath kisses because it's a sound joint, but like that's kind of what I have to produce. So like that's really good, kind of.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice job.
There we go. And the short leg goes to the negative side. I've already done that step. I'm on the switches.
So it would go in like this.
Next switch. I'm not gonna use that one anymore. It's way too short. Like so. No. I'm guessing I should start them both in the off position.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
I'm starting them in the off position.
That's fine.
That way when I put the batteries in, it just immediately start up.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yep.
Alright. I'm ready to go.
The other ones, I'm not putting in my own down too.
Oh, yeah, right.
Where do I put the rest of this?
What's that?
I'm just happy that it's Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Tomorrow's Friday. I noticed my hand isn't shaking as much anymore.
Just getting the hang of it.
Yeah, I was shaking it at first.
So is this good?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was shaking at first because I was kind of.
Let me double check your LED real quick.
The reason I was shaking
Awesome.
a little bit, I was shaking at the beginning because I was scared I might burn myself. Because yes, a few days ago I was making cookies and I was using those, and I forgot that the tray was still hot.
Oh yeah.
And I touched it, and I was like, there, got the switches in. And I'm guessing I don't need to clip the switches since they're way too short. Since they're already like short enough.
I was just about to say.
Do I need to clip them because they're short? Do I need to? Do I need to clip the switches?
Oh, switches? No, you don't. Switches, those are fine.
I've already clipped them, so now I need to do these.
So those are sometimes a little bit tough to get in because they're just, the holes are very snug. But just make sure so they face each other like this so you can fit the battery in.
Yeah. Or else you'd be like, why can't I get the battery in? Normally?
Yep.
Once we build it,
They will take more solder than what you have been doing for all the other stuff. So if you feel like you're feeding it in forever, it's all right.
There we go.
Nice. So they do stick in. So if you notice, they won't fall out. So you can put all 4 of them in, or you can do one at a time, whatever's.
I'll just put them all forward. It might save my time a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like saving my time is nice.
You want to see how I made that?
My battery's good.
All right. All right. Well, do we have an extra double A? Looks like a kit with. Yeah, it looks like a kit was short.
Like that too. Okay, yep.
take your time
So if you turn it off,
Yeah.
and then hold a button down, and then while you're holding a button down, turn it on, and then hold it for a second, and then let go. There you go. And if you want, there's a little tutorial online where you can buy an FTDI and then reprogram it so it plays different songs for you.
Are we gonna miss anything if we?
No, once you're done building your assignment, you're more than welcome to stick around or get on out.
I have school in the morning, so if I can get in bed now, I can.
Yeah.
And then after this, and the batteries are done.
Yep.
I don't know which way.
Yeah, you're doing it right.
This way?
Yeah, righty tighty.
I heard you talking to someone. It plays music.
Yeah.
Like, can you change what music it plays or something?
You can. So in the back of your booklet, they'll be telling you about the FTDI, and then there'll be these spots over here that you haven't soldered to. And then you can go online with your parents and you can rewrite the code for this and get it to play different songs.
Do you need a JTAG or how does it?
It's a FTDI.
So that's an FTDI program.
Yeah,
But you can plug this to an Arduino and use the Arduino as an FTDI.
I think so. Yeah.
These aren't fitting in. Like, they won't even line.
If you
This
want.
is basically an Arduino, so this is an AT Omega. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty dang close.
Yeah.
Do you need to like bring
It's just a snug fit. So usually I fit in one and then I wedge it forward.
So, are these good? I had a lot of trouble with the soldering.
Yeah, that's good.
I did make sure they're it's right.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Should be. Another way you can tell if you flip it over, and then it matches that little picture there. So as long as you have the flat side matching the flat side and the round around, or you can do the short leg is negative. So as long as the negative leg is over here or the short leg is over there, what you got? Awesome.
Should I just like press it down until it goes all the way in?
Yeah. Because you're going to want him as snug as possible. And sometimes I've seen people stick it on the table and kind of push down from the opposite side.
This?
Yeah, and then you'll just push down over here.
Oh, there we go. That seemed to work.
Nice.
Oh, that makes it work easy.
Do you put this thing over it when you're done?
Yeah, you got a couple more things to solder on, but yeah, that's what you'll end up putting that over, and you'll have to screw it down.
Am I like almost at the end?
Yep. And you have to solder in the battery clips, and then you'll screw on this top part, and then put the batteries, and you'll be good to go.
Solder in the battery clips. Where are those?
Yeah, that's what these guys are.
First of all, I wanted to say thank you.
Yeah.
And second of all, I heard there's like you can download like other songs and stuff.
Yeah.
How is it programmable? Because I can't.
So right over here is what's called an FTDI.
Okay.
And you'll end up you can solder on a header to that, or you can just have a temporary connection, and you can go online and they'll give you kind of like test code and stuff like that. Fortunately, not.
Does it come with anything to like solder on with this in the kit?
Not in the kit. We have you buy the FTDI separate. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for showing up.
I'm almost done. I'm really happy about that. Sammy.
Mine wouldn't work after.
I tried putting the batteries in and they were in the right way, but it didn't do anything when I turned it.
All right. So what I'm thinking is one thing when you don't have this pushed all the way down, you just have to bend this guy a little bit. So let me re-put this man together. Because from how you have everything soldered, it looks really good. So there's just those little quirks you got to work out. Yes, thank you.
So the batteries are heating up a lot.
Heating up a lot.
Like that's why I took them off, is I wanted to make sure.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. From what I saw, I didn't see any jumpers, but let me double check.
Wait, what's a jumper?
So a jumper is just like a connection between like your IC here, or.
Probably did that.
Yeah, it looks really good. So I wonder.
Is it because this isn't straight on this?
That should be fine because you still have it soldered up here. So I'm gonna finish putting it together real quick, and I'm gonna see what.
It heated up like really quick, like almost instantly, and it was actually pretty.
Oh dang. Well.
Why don't you try soldering this into a strip?
Okay. So everything looks good.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to look for jumpers and traces and stuff. Oh, I just.
See it?
I thought I was like.
Could be grounding you out. Because I've had some recently that if the battery clips aren't put flush, you have to bend the ground portion, or yeah, the back portion of them. But I wonder if he just has a cold joint too. That's
Culprit.
oh, tiny jumper there, huh? All right. So remember this guy up here?
Yeah.
If you look very closely, you have like what's called a hairline jumper, where it's so tiny you can barely
I
see it.
it now.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do? We're just gonna plop this out, reflux him up.
And also I did, and she got this nice trick.
Nice. So if you want, just lay your iron across that and kind of like you'll sever it.
Actually, I probably need to clean this because now it's pretty fuming.
There's that. Oh, sorry. I got some extra solder here if you don't want to ruin your circle.
Oh, okay. That way, now.
Still not melting.
Oh, sorry.
As long as you put it in, it'll be allowed.
Time flies when you're having fun. So if you want, you could just keep this a little more vertical, just straight up and down. And then, yeah, just keep bouncing it back and forth. It takes a little bit, and when you start pulling, just yell at me. I'll just grab from this side because those do require a little bit of force to pull them out. And if you get that out, we might offer you a job because even some techs can't even do that. If you want, I can help you out, or it's a very tricky talent, hire rework. Okay. All right. All right. You want me to I'll go over it real quick? So we're just going to flip this guy like that. We're going to lay him across. So we do got a little bit on there, so finish the wick. And we're just gonna.
Oh, that's how you did it. I tried it like heating it up and then putting it on.
Yeah, we're not. So solder likes to go to wherever it's hot. So we have to heat up the wick first, and then we'll heat up the solder, and then the solder will go into the wick. And then.
And can you take these off?
Yes, you can. So we're gonna reflux this guy up.
What's the flux doing?
So flux breaks up the surface tension on it, so it allows things to melt and essentially, yeah, melt faster. Because there's a tiny bit of flux in the solder, but when you're actually soldering something, you're melting that out of it.
That looks like it's done.
All right, so let's wait a second just to let it cool down, and then we can plop your batteries back in, and it should light up for you. What's that? Your other one? Yeah, I'll be right there. It's a very good question. Let me ask Will, and then we'll get that for you. Right there, just need to find a battery. Oh, there it is.
Older folks have to learn it, and they get out the little.
I'm still like code.
All right.
It makes it is palatable because it. We pull this file up, and then we load it up.
But maybe a little more practice. Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah.
You add a little bit of solder to it.
I'm gonna leave the screen. Can you guys share this one or do you need
You need more solder for the battery clips.
It will be
Yeah, just be a little careful about how long you set down. Well, so what you want to do is
Sweet. Yeah. You want to see, like, we were getting to the point where everything melted before. But we were good. So we're just going to have to do what she did over there. Just wait a little bit, let us tighten up.
and then it kind of sucks it right into place, and that's where flux comes in and out. Oh, you did? Oh, that's probably right. So this stuff is just a food that you put down there. Pass down. It's kind of
What's that up over there and then they off the way over there? Yeah, no problem.
that might have just been one.
That is that one starts
And then the iron should touch that. So the solder coils are in. Oh, I see. Yeah, you want to
Yes, yes.
solder, so, yeah. If you want to practice and learn it. Okay. But yeah, so that's kind of the gist of it. Always use the side of the iron. Yeah, the solder, or the flux is your sticker. Oh, yeah, you saw it.
All right, so. One little bit, up. Hopefully it's just back. Might be jumpers, so I'll show you in just a second. Double check for me to make sure it all works for you. What is wrong?
I just need help getting this.
Alright, so if you want, you can flip it over and then you able to help press it down or Yeah. We'll just take this.
It's very hot. Can I just like turn this off and let it cool down for a while?
You're very close to the end. As soon as you solder in these three, you'll be done, so you can turn it off.
Okay. This is very like. Wow.
All right, go ahead and just wipe it in on here.
You just do this.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Now pull it out. It should be a lot better. Usually, you just need the tip, kind of. If that's bugging you, we can get some cream for you.
It's just wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
burnt the outside of your skin real quick. I'll get you some cream. Okay, thank you. Have a good night. All right, so this is open for you, and you're more than welcome to do that. And here's,
Just squeeze this.
yeah, it's a kind of like a antiseptics, kind of like Neosporin kind of thing, and just get a little bit on there, and then I'll take that, and you can just wipe it up in there. So if you want to turn that off, and then I'll show you how to make that song real quick. So turn that off, and then just hold the button down. And then turn that on, and then hold that button down still. Nice. And now let go. Now you got the song playing.
So there's 4 different songs programmed.
No, there's just that song in it, and then the game. And then in your pamphlet, it tells you you can go onto our website, and you guys can learn how to reprogram it if need be. And then if you want to play the game, just turn it off, and then turn it back on.
And we'll still play that song.
It won't play the song unless you hold the button down.
So we can play the song, but not at the same time as the game.
Yeah. Home stretch.
Not burn myself this time.
Need some help? Or so what you ended up doing is just ended up pulling the back off of it. So yeah, well, because it's a plastic component, and I think you had it on, right? Oh, okay. We can just jump over here on this station real quick. So we'll just reflux this up.